Introduction and setting the scene. In the high-stakes world of professional basketball, two names echoed with intensity: Jimmy Butler and Karl-Anthony Towns. Both champions in their own right, their talents commanded respect, yet their personalities could not have been more different. Butler, a relentless competitor known for his fiery passion and unyielding grit, carried the weight of leadership wherever he went. Towns, a prodigy with a calm demeanor and razor-sharp skill, represented a different breed: quiet, composed, yet fiercely determined. Their journeys, though distinct, inevitably crossed paths on the court and beyond. Jimmy's reputation for mental toughness clashed with Karl's cool precision, setting the stage for more than just a game. Tension simmered beneath the surface, fueled by past encounters that left bruises not only on bodies but on egos. It wasn't just basketball, it was a battle of wills, a test of pride. This story unfolds on a late evening at the team's practice facility. The air was thick with anticipation, the quiet hum of fluorescent lights flickering overhead. Players moved around, but a certain unease hung in the atmosphere, a silent tension that whispered of an imminent storm. Both men knew what was coming. Teammates exchanged wary glances, sensing the brewing conflict. Butler was warming up with his usual intensity. Sharp movements, focused eyes, every muscle coiled like a spring ready to explode. His mind replayed the moments from their last matchup. The missed passes, the smirks, the subtle provocations. For Jimmy, it was never just about the scoreboard. It was about respect, about proving dominance when words failed. Across the court, Karl-Anthony Towns stood quietly, stretching methodically. His calm exterior belied the tempest inside. He remembered the whispered criticisms, the relentless pressure to prove himself beyond his skill set. Every word from opponents like Butler was a challenge to his composure, a test of his resilience. Tonight he would no longer hold back. Neither man spoke. There was no need. Their eyes locked across the hardwood, a silent exchange heavy with meaning. The space between them felt charged, electric, as if the court itself held its breath. This was more than rivalry. This was a collision of fire and ice, pride and resolve. Behind them, the murmur of the team faded into a distant backdrop. Time seemed to slow, every second stretched thin with anticipation. Both knew the confrontation would mark a turning point, not just in their careers but in how they saw themselves and each other. As the tension mounted, a subtle movement from Butler broke the stillness. A step forward, a clenched fist, the beginning of a storm long waiting to break free. The silence shattered, and with it, the fragile peace of the night. The story of their fight had begun. The build-up and confrontation. The gym seemed smaller now, charged with a tension that stretched beyond the physical space. Every sound echoed louder. The squeak of sneakers, the faint thud of basketballs, breaths drawn sharp in the quiet. The teammates had instinctively given them space, forming a loose circle that felt more like a silent jury. All eyes were on Jimmy and Karl. Jimmy's gaze hardened. His jaw clenched, muscles tightening as the heat of anger simmered beneath his skin. There was no room for hesitation tonight. Karl, calm but unyielding, met that stare without flinching, his steady breath betraying none of the storm beneath. For a moment, the world narrowed to just those two figures, locked in a silent duel. Words came first, low, cutting. Jimmy's voice, rough and deliberate, broke the silence. "You think you're better than me out here." The challenge hung in the air, sharp and unapologetic. Karl's reply was measured but firm. "It's not about thinking. It's about proving." The tension ratcheted higher, words now weapons, each syllable loaded with pride and defiance. Their history was written in moments like this, battles of wills that rarely spilled beyond harsh words. But tonight was different. The frustration that had built up over countless games, missed opportunities, and perceived disrespect boiled to the surface. There was no backing down. Slowly, the gap between them closed, not just in distance but in intensity. Each step felt deliberate, heavy with meaning. Their breaths came faster, hearts pounding, adrenaline fueling every movement. The gym's silence deepened, the unseen weight of anticipation pressing down on everyone watching. Suddenly, Karl's hand shot out, not in anger, but a push, a challenge met with instant reaction. Jimmy's body surged forward, muscles coiling as he blocked the move, fingers grazing Karl's chest. The physical contact shattered the last threads of restraint. The fight ignited. Fists moved with practiced force, a blur of swift motions and calculated strikes. Neither wanted to cause real harm, but both fought with a rawness that spoke of years of bottled-up emotions. Jimmy's aggressive bursts collided with Karl's precise counters, a dance of conflict that was as much mental as physical. The sounds of impact echoed, grunts, the scrape of shoes on polished wood. Yet, amid the chaos, flashes of their true selves appeared, respect hidden beneath anger, hesitation shadowed by determination. It was a battle for pride, yes, but also an unspoken acknowledgement of each other's strength. The circle of teammates shifted uneasily, some stepping closer, others frozen in disbelief. Whispers spread like wildfire, a mix of concern and fascination. The fight was no longer just between two players, it was a spectacle, a defining moment that could change everything. But then, something subtle shifted. In the whirlwind of motion, a brief pause, a look shared, heavy with unspoken understanding. Neither man smiled, but the fight's edge softened for a heartbeat. The storm still raged, but beneath it lay something more complex, respect forged in the fire of confrontation. The battle was far from over, but this moment marked a turning point. What began as pure rage was now entwined with something deeper, and the story was only just unfolding. The fight and emotional climax. The fight surged forward like a storm unleashed, fierce and unrelenting. Every strike, every block, told a story far beyond the physical. It was the embodiment of pride, frustration, and the raw human need to be seen and respected. Jimmy's fists came with the force of years spent proving himself. Each hit a declaration that he would not be overlooked or underestimated. Karl, though fewer in brute force, met every blow with unwavering precision. His movements fluid, almost calculated, a testament to his quiet confidence. In the whirlwind of motion, memories flashed behind Jimmy's eyes. The long night's training, the sacrifices made to claw his way up. Every jab was fueled by the sting of past slights, the hunger to protect his reputation. He was a warrior in his element, fighting not just Karl, but every doubt ever cast on him. Karl's mind, meanwhile, was a fortress of resolve. He recalled the whispers doubting his toughness, the skepticism about whether skill alone could carry him. But this fight was a proving ground. With each parry and counter, he dismantled those doubts, showing strength that went beyond physicality. His calm exterior masked a storm of determination. This was more than a clash. It was a testament to who he was beneath the surface. Around them, the room seemed to dissolve. The shouts and gasps from teammates became distant echoes, swallowed by the pounding in their ears. It was just the two of them, locked in a battle where every hit echoed their deeper struggles. Pain flared in muscles, breath came ragged, yet neither yielded. At one moment, Jimmy's fist grazed Karl's jaw with a sharp thud. Karl staggered but steadied himself, eyes burning not with pain but fierce pride. The exchange wasn't just about dominance. It was a conversation in motion, an intense dialogue where words failed but intentions burned bright. Suddenly, amid the chaos, a flicker of doubt crossed Jimmy's face, a brief hesitation. Was this fight still about proving himself, or had it become something more? Karl sensed it too. His own breath hitched, heart pounding not just from exertion but from the unspoken truths that surfaced between blows. In that fleeting pause, both men glimpsed the other's vulnerability. Beneath the anger and competition was a shared yearning, for respect, for acknowledgement, for something that transcended rivalry. The fight had evolved from a contest of wills into an unspoken understanding, fragile yet profound. Yet the storm was not yet spent. The fight pressed on, faster and fiercer, emotions crashing against one another like waves. Neither sought to back down, but both carried the invisible weight of what this fight represented, not just a battle on hardwood but a defining moment in their lives. As the section closes, the intensity reaches its peak. Every punch and block becomes heavier with meaning, every breath more labored. The fight is far from over, but something fundamental has shifted, a silent accord hidden within the chaos. Resolution and aftermath. The fight's momentum slowed, the storm gradually losing its fury. Breaths came heavy and uneven, sweat dripping from furrowed brows. Neither Jimmy nor Karl had emerged victorious in the traditional sense. No clear winner crowned, no final blow delivered. Instead, the battle ended with an unspoken ceasefire, a mutual recognition that transcended the need for dominance. Jimmy lowered his fists first, his chest rising and falling with effort. The fire in his eyes softened, replaced by a weary respect. Karl mirrored the gesture, muscles relaxing, though his gaze remained steady and guarded. The silence that followed was thick, yet filled with an understanding that words could never fully capture. Around them, the teammates moved closer, offering tentative support and silent acknowledgement. The gym, once charged with tension and anticipation, now felt heavy with reflection. The fight had changed something fundamental, not just between two players but within them both. Jimmy wiped the sweat from his forehead, his voice rough but sincere. "You're tougher than I thought." It wasn't a boast or a challenge, but an admission, a crack in the armor of rivalry. Karl nodded,